We are in the arena parlor. Here we talk about mind, myths, dreams, and some stories we make up. So now I will tell you a story I made up. Rosalind called me one about 11, and she said all her friends are going to a party. She didn't go to the party because she has too much homework to do. And I said, well, this is good. And she will say, well, how is this good? And I'll tell her, see, as long as you can see both sides of the road, it means you're on the road. When you can see only one side, you'll never know how far to one side you go. Maybe you go to the end of the world and fall off. Stay there in the middle of the road. Watch both sides. When you choose something, it will be good. I know this. Of course, I don't know. I just make it up like that. So after some time, when I had to write a story, I liked this line, to go to the end of the world and fall off. And so in my regular, what I do, I go to the bar every night, I get drunk, and I come home. So we say like that, from the center of the world, I go to the end, I fall off. I come back the next day, I start again, until one day, I was getting tired of this, you see? And I said, as I look, I know the last movement. I know that is often my last movement. Then after that, I don't know what I don't remember anything. That is where the world ends. And I said, watch this. I am going to go there to the end of the world. I'll fall off. And I come back the next day, regular bar, whatever. And as I go through my night, and I look, oh yes, I know this place. I usually go there and fall off. And I say, okay, that's what it is. I put a light there. I say, watch this, I'm going to fall off. I go there, I get off there, and my last activity, and I fall off. And I come back the next night, and I'm going through my regular movement, and someone said, oh yes, I remember that. See that there, that light there is the last, that's the end of the world. So I put a light there now from where I can see that light. And I say, watch this, I'm going to the end of the world, and I'm going to fall off. And I leave from this light to that light, and I fall off. And I keep moving back until one day, as I get up, I can see all these lights going straight to the end of the world and fall off. And I say, wait a minute. I know that and that and that. Then, end of the world. Do I really want that today? Nah. Just leave this one today. So, I stay there at the middle of the world now. I see a mountain. My story, I make it up. It's a mountain going straight up. And on the way, I'm killing snakes, wrestling with bears, being chased by tigers, chased even by dogs. I make it all the way up to the top. And there's a cave. And I look into the cave. And there's the God of Plenty standing beside a bright light, like a flame moving, but not going anywhere, just like a flame. The God of Plenty standing there, sad eyes. And that God said, I am that I am. And I said, me too. And God said, good. And God said, tell to Pharaoh, let my people go. And I said, good. And God said, thou shalt not lie. And I said, good. And God said, thou shalt not. And I said, good. And God said, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. And I said, so tell me about Mary. And God said, thou shalt get off my mountain. And I said, good. And I went to Pharaoh. And I said, thus saith the Lord God, let my people go. Pharaoh said, who? Said what? I said, God at the burning bush. And Pharaoh said, man, did you inhale? Anyway, I said, I have to go now. So I went back, middle of the world, and I climbed that mountain, and I reached that cave, and I go in, and I see the God of plenty beside the flame, sad eyes. And I said, I am as I was. And God said, me too. And I said, Pharaoh did not understand. And God said, you did not understand. And I said, what is it I should see that I might understand? And God said, first, you go to the north. You be there before sunrise. And you see spirits being conjured up. Then you go to the east. Be there after sunrise. And you see man being born. Then you go south. Be there before sunset. And you see man conducting rituals and sacrifices. And then you go west. Be there after sunset. And you see the funeral prayer. As the corpse is burnt, you hear the souls of the dead crying out for offspring, cattle, and good works. And you wait there until your voice is silent. And you come back here at midnight. And so I did. North, I see spirits being conjured up. I go east. I see man being born. I go south. I see man conducting rituals and sacrifices. I go west. And I come back there to the center of the world at midnight. And there was no one there. And I waited. I waited until it was before sunrise and after sunrise. I waited until before sunset and after sunset. And it was midnight again. No God of plenty showed up. And I left that place. And yet, I did not. I am Aten Raj Indranath, interpreter.